Okay, start. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officers 24/7. My name is Amanjot and I am here with Shivam sir. And we are here to tell you about that how to get maximum score or 60 plus score in your JIB exam. As you all know that your exam is in June month and we have less than 1 month because your exam is starting from 11th of May, which is your PPB subject, and after that you have 12th of May AFB subject, and last exam is your LRAB subject. Okay, yes. So we know that we do not have that much time in the exam that we can practice or revise the questions. So we have to prepare all the subjects before 11th of May, and we do not have that much time to prepare and practice, and to at the end of the time we do not have time to revise all the syllabus. So here we are with a strategy that what to study in the last certain days and how to score maximum in your subject. Okay, so let's go to the Shivam sir. Shivam sir, let us know that how we can score maximum in the AFB subject and what should be the strategy of a student at the last days.
As we all know that, there are only few days left for your examination. And this is a time when you should very specific in your choice, like what you have to read. And the most important thing, you should have a revision time and preparation for the mock test also. Correct, ma'am? If I say, ma'am.
Yes.
If I say the very important points or that important topics of your accounting subject, like, when we talk about the accounting subject, you should have just know about that your syllabus, like what kind of the questions that actually ask in the examination. Like if I talk about particularly AB subject, you will get the numerical concept based questions as well as a case study type questions. So you should know that, like, there is a plenty of the chapters that you have to read in the accounting subject, but you should know that, like, from which chapters you are going to get the maximum like marks in the subject in the examination. So the very first thing that you should know that the module A about you is your numerical. Okay. And in this, the very important chapters that you should know and that you should practice like in these last days of your preparation. Like if I say from the module A, that is your calculation of the item is a very important chapter. Capital budgeting is a very important chapter. Foreign exchange arithmetic is a very important chapter. That means you will get like if I say that is these three chapters are written, but you are just going to get the maximum marks in this, like the 20 to 25 marks. This is a very important module, and you have to just understand this exam, this JAIIB examination, where you are going to get questions from each and every chapter. Okay, that means you cannot skip any single chapter. But still you have a very specific approach, like these are the last days and you should have a revision time, right? So the second, that if I talk about the module B, you can just understand the maintenance of the cash. If I say that is module B is actually just creates a foundation of your accounting subject, that there you can understand the basics of your accounting. Okay, so module B is a very important because module A is all about the numerical. Module B is about your basics of the accounting. And if you just read the module B properly, then just trust me that module C would, if I say that is an advanced level. Okay, module C, where you are just going to understand that how any company issues shares. Okay, what is the ratio analysis? That is important for the investor as well as a analyst point of view. Okay, so this is a very interesting subject. And if you just read with the interesting, then this will just like you will score high and high in this subject. Okay, like if I say module B, there is a maintenance of the cash, subsidiary books and the ledger. You will get bank reconciliation statement is a very important, as well as a trial balance statement from this chapter. Like the trial balance statement, you may get like the 10 to 15 marks because this is a very important chapter. Okay, and the modules, if I say, that is all about the preparation of the final account, where you are talking about the profit and loss account and the balance sheet statement you have to prepare. So modules is also important. The important thing, balance sheet equation, ratio analysis, preparation of the final account and the company account one. These are the some chapters where you should focus on, like in these last days of your preparation. Okay, so these are the important topics of the accounting subject. Yes, ma'am.
So, sir, if we talk about the numerical and concept-based questions, so yes, what ratio we are expecting in the exam? that how many questions from numerical will come or concept
So
based.
just be, if I say this examination where you are going to get the questions of the numerical hardly 10 to 15, okay, but the most of the questions you will get like the concept base, where you will just going to get like the questions where the concept actually asked in the questions, okay. So concept is a very important. The main thing that that straight with numericals you are going to get the hardly 10 to 15. That is of the 2 marks, okay. But you should just strong with a basic concept, because from that the only questions that would be asked by the examiner in this subject.
Yeah. So as Shivam sir told you all that what you have to do in the AFB subject, what are the important topics or what are the important modules. So it's not like that you do not have to study the whole syllabus, but this is the strategy. When we are going for a certain exam at the end of the exam, or when we left only 10 or 15 days for our exam, or maximum 1 month for our exam. So we have to do the smart work. We do not go for a hard work. So smart work says that focus on the previous year questions, focus on the pattern of the question, and then decide what you have to study and what you have to cover in these last days of the exam. So it's better for all of you. There are certain candidates who are preparing for like last 6 months. They have decided that we have to give it the exam in the June already. So, and there will be a certain candidates who thought last in a last 1 month when the notification has came that we will try this particular exam in the JAIIB exam in June months. So it is obvious that there are two types of candidate who already set their mind that we have to qualify this exam in June and they started preparing before 6 months of the exam. And there are certain candidates who started from last 1 or 2 months when the notification or the registration started. So all the candidates have to do one thing. There are certain candidates who has completed their whole syllabus, and it is very good because we know that we do not have to qualify the exam. We also have to obtain certain knowledge about all the 3 subjects of JIB exam. Okay. But at the end, all of you, what you have to do is focus on the smart work. Focus on that what is very important at the end of these days, what we have to do, what should be our strategy, what study material we should use, what is this updated syllabus which we have to cover. So focus on these things and don't focus on doing the hard work that you are completing each and every topic line by one line. For example, you are reading with books, you are having a paid batches, or you are having a ebooks. Don't go with the that I have to read each and every line with each and every word I have to understand. That no, just focus on the important concepts, the focus on the important modules and the previous year papers patterns that will going to help you in revise your overall syllabus. Right, sir?
Very correct, ma'am. Very correct.
Yeah. So if we talk about PPB subject, as we know, this is our first subject. Its exam is on 11th of May. So it is obvious that we have to prepare this particular subject first. And as we know, you can see there are 5 modules. It has a very huge syllabus also. So there are many candidates who are also afraid that how we will cover this much syllabus in a certain limited days and how to cover everything. Like we know that the module 5th, that is module E, is added last certain months. So that ethics is a kind of attention for all the candidates that how we will cover this particular topic. So first of all, here is I am with the marks distribution for your subject. So as you can see, module B contains a large number of marks, that is 30 to 35 questions or 30 to 35 marks questions will be from the module B. And if we complete the module N and module B, you will find that 50% of your syllabus is already completed. So module A and B both covers the 50% syllabus of PPP subject. Then the maximum marks question will come from the module B, that is 30 to 35 marks. After that, you can see module B, we have 20 to 25. Then we have module C and E, equal number of marks distribution, that is 15 to 20. And last, we have 10 to 15 marks from the module B. So if we talk about the module A, there are certain topics like, for example, you have to cover ADR, GDR. That is very important. From there, questions will be asked. Then you have to cover FEMA also. You have to cover factoring, forfeiting. That is alternate source of finance. So these are the topics from which, from module A, you have to cover. And there are guaranteed that from this, the questions will be asked. But when we are talking about the module B, it is very huge module also and contains a number of marks on this module. So we have to cover the priority sector advance, a very important topic for preparation. After that, MSME we have to cover, government schemes we have to cover, then banker customer relationship. One question will be there from this particular topic definitely. After that, banking ombudsman scheme is very important. Then BC SBI, we talk about that its resolution is started from 2021 already, but still BC SBI plays a certain role because of this, that BC SBI is now not working or dissolution is already in the process. So it is always where the customer can go for their grievances redressal also. So we have to cover the BCSBI and the banking ombudsman also. Then we have to cover the payment and collection of checks, documentation and different modes of collateral securities. We have to cover that also. So module B is a very and contains a very important part for your preparation. And module A, I have told you, just cover the Basel Accord, ADR, GDR, capital market you have to cover. After that, you have to cover retail banking, wholesale banking, international banking. Then your forfeiting factoring you have to cover. So these are the certain topics. FEMA also you have to cover. Banking regulations you also have to cover from the module A. If I talk about the module D, it's a very simple module. It is related to marketing already, and you already know. It's not like marketing is a new concept for all of us, because somehow while we are purchasing goods and services, we are looking for a goods and services, whether we are looking at the marketplace or market space. We already know the certain techniques of the wholesalers or retailers, or we can say the sellers, that how they are selling their product. It is very basic common thing, Shivam sir. Also, when we are going for buying for a certain product, and a shopkeeper is selling us with a certain technique, so we identify that he's trying to sell only. So marketing is a very simple module for all of you. You will cover very easily. So in marketing, you have to focus on the consumer behavior, the pricing, production, and distribution mix. Then the role of direct selling agents. What are the direct selling agents' role? What is direct marketing roles? So you have to cover that from the marketing. It's a very easy topic. It's a very easy module. You just have to read out the question. Nothing you have to do all. And after that, for the marketing, particularly for the module T, particularly, I will say that practice as many questions on marketing as you can, because it's a very common thing which we see in the real life, in the day-to-day life. So you will easily link up with that particular concept. And when it comes to the module C, bank computerization is very important. Then payment and settlement system is important. Electronic banking we have to cover. The different types of banking we have to cover. That is module C. And if you talk about the module E, it is related to our ethics, related to work ethics or the code of conducts, what you have to follow, your integrity in the organization, that what you have to do, how you have to follow the code of conducts, etc. So the main area should be your module B. At the last, if I summarize the PPB subject, so for PPB subject, you have to focus on the module B first of all, then focus to cover module A, because it will be help you to cover almost 50% of your syllabus. So first priority should be your module B, and then module A, the limited topics which I have told you. I will repeat again. Basel Accord you have to cover, ADR, GDR, forfeiting, factoring, FAMA, banking regulation. These are the topic. Capital market, these are the topic which you have to cover. Then you can go with the module C, then module E and module D. Okay. So this will be sequence for your preparation, as I have already told you the marks distribution. So do make sure you are doing this particular, you are using this particular sequence of marks distribution, so that you will score more marks after within a 20 or 25 days. Okay. So this is the strategy for your PPB subject. Now let's if we come to the study plan, right now, Shivam sir, let us know what should be our study plan for the last 20
basically you have to manage the three papers, right? You have to manage the PPB, AFB as well as an REB subject, and these are the subject where these are not the subject where you are just going to read 10 days before the examination or the 15 days before the examination. These subjects actually requires the time of yours. Okay, for that you should very specifically, that's why I'm just talking about the important points, important topics, so that you can just study that. Okay, so if I say in the morning hours before because you are the bankers, so you just do not have enough time like in the day. Okay, so you have to manage like somehow in the morning hours at least 2 hours, minimum 2 hours you have to manage. Okay, as well as in the evening hours, if I say, you also have to manage the minimum 2 hours. And that's why we say that's why Amanjot ma'am, if I say the batches are most important. Look, in the batches you should have a discipline, like the discipline timetable, and like at the specific time you should have just going to take the class there. Okay, like of the PPB, AFB, LREB. Okay, so that's why you should have a very correct approach for that. And that's why I just want to say here that you should enroll for the selection batch, and that is only 1 or 2 classes that actually has been done. So this is a very right time if you are starting your new journey for your JAIIB examination, and you are just starting new preparation for this examination. So you should just enroll for the selection batch, because you are going to get the 15 to 19 classes there for your all subjects, and you are going to get the quality content there, right? So if you are just not able to handle by your own, let's just enroll for the batches, so where you can just understand, where you can just listen our lectures, and that all are very important to understand. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, correct. So as sir have already told you that you have to focus on all the three subjects. Don't think that this time we will qualify two subjects or should focus on the two subjects and we will leave the third subject for the later exam. Don't do that. We have a time, we have a certain strategy, and you have a certain resources also. To qualify a particular exam, the most important thing is that you have a certain resource which is very helpful or a right resource for all of you. So as the Shivam sir said that you have a certain resource, that is selection batch, in which all the three mentors are there, and different benefits we have given you there, which we are going to discuss at the last of the session. So this is the strategy. As we know, you do not have that much time to prepare for your exam. You do not have that much time to collect the PDFs or to find out the syllabus topics. If you are doing so, if you want to do so, you can do so, but you need a certain 5 to 6 months to for preparing by self. So it is important that you have a respected study plan regarding your updated syllabus. So this is what sir has said, that you have to give 2 hours for your subjects. 2 hours you can divide for all the three subjects. You can prepare very easily because it will not be hard for you because you are already practicing in the day-to-day transaction. If I talk about my subject PPB, you all know about what is NEFT, what is RTGS, how to do NEFT, how to do RTGS, how to use CTS check. You know everything. Just you have to brush up your knowledge with the theoretical part of the banking, the theoretical principles of the banking. As we know that you are already preparing, performing these tasks practically, but yes, you have to know the theoretical language. So you have to give 2 hours for your preparation for all the subjects. By focusing, by consistency, you easily qualify this particular exam. Okay, and the revision strategy is here that the short notes and mock tests are very important. As we have already told you that you do not have that much time to cover all the syllabus. So the topics we have suggested you, the modules we have told you that these are the modules which are very important to cover because these topics cover the maximum marks for your selection. So it is very important whenever you are taking live classes, whenever you are reading from ebooks, whenever you are reading from the physical books, also do make sure you make your own short notes, because at the end of the day, like for example, let's say 11th, you have your PPB exam. So it is not possible that you will find out all the recorded videos and you will listen all the videos. So it will be better for all of you that you will find certain short notes. And for that, you do not have to do the writing or anything else. You have an ebook, just take a screenshots or just highlight that particular notes from the ebooks. You can easily maintain your short notes in the online form, because we know your maximum time staying in the bank and preparing your for day-to-day transaction. So it will be better for all of you that if you are not capable of watching the video lectures or live lectures, you are not capable of attending, then you can go with the ebooks. You can revise just by doing your day-to-day transaction also. Now, next thing is very important, mock test. As we know that conceptual understanding is very important. You just can't do a ratta and go for the exam. The conceptual understanding very important because the case study questions will be there. And for that, you have to do the logical thinking. You have to understand what are the concepts, etc. And how to know that you are preparing in the right direction, how to know that you are reading the right concept or you are using a right strategy is the only option, mock test. Give as much mock test as you can, because this is the only option to know that we are going on a right track. Right, Shivam sir?
Yes, bilkul correct.
Okay, so you want to add certain strategy here?
And also one thing important, that 500 recollected questions that is started from the Adda 247, and you will get like 500 recollected question on the Adda 247 application. So just download that, because this is a very important where we are just going to say that Adda 247 Adda like your 500 recollected questions. That means that questions actually come in the examination like in the previous exams. Okay, so that is also very important. So do practice, give mock test, analyze your performance for your revision. This is a very important, because these 20 days are very important for your revision. So just prepare, just complete all your syllabus like now, and just practice the mock test as much as you can. Okay.
Yeah, correct. So you have to cover the conceptual understanding of topics, and also you have to give the mock test so that you will be able to implement those concepts in the exam. Okay, so this should be your revision strategy. At the end, we are here to let you know that how we can help you in your preparation. So this is, you can say, the batch which is started on under 24/7 application. The selection batch is already started. It's a type of crash course, and you will get different benefits in this particular batch. So if I let you know about this particular batch, this is started from 20th of May already, and all the faculties are taking their lectures here. Now, what extra you will get here, Shivam sir, will you let the students know about that?
You will get like the mock test, ebooks, live classes, recorded classes, all things you are going to get through this batches. Okay, so that is a very important to understand. What you have to do, you have to simply go to the like Adda 247 store, where you can go to the JIB CIB section, and you now you can see that there are multiple batches are running. And if I talk about the particularly selection batch that is running, and in this you will get this especially for the English medium aspirant, as well as if you just want to enroll for the individual batches, that you can also enroll for that. Like if you want to enroll specifically for the PPB, AFB and LRAB, then you can also just enroll for that. So what you have to do, you have to just go to the, like if I just talk about JIB selection batch, like in the English medium. So you have to go there, and you can just see that you are just going to get the 83 mock tests, 70 video lectures, 82 ebooks, and 65 hours live classes. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to simply go, and you can also just get the study plan there, and after that you have to go to the like buy now section, and there just ma'am just show that. Yes.
So you have to go to the buy now section, and you will use the code that is Adda12. If you apply this particular code, you will get 77% discount. And if you want 1% additional discount, you have to download the Adda 24/7 application. I hope you have already downloaded the application, and you are practicing the questions from there also. As I have already told you that in the Adda 24/7, you will find the basic banking awareness quizzes, and which is very helpful for all of you to know what are the basic terminologies related to banking. As we know that we are working as a practical banker, but still there are certain terms which we do not use in the practical banking, but they are present in the norms and the theoretical banking. So those quiz will really help you to find out that what are the different terms of banking are there. So this is how you can enroll in this particular batch by using a Adda12 code, and you will get 77% discount here. And for 1% additional discount, you have to go to the Adda 24/7 application. As the sir said that there are multiple benefits for all of you. First of all, you will get the video lectures. In video lectures, all the mentor has prepared video classes for all of you, and in which you will continue with the whole syllabus of your JIIB or AFB or LRAB. And when live class you are attending, live class is focusing on the smart work, not the hard work. So I have already told you that in this particular live classes, what we are going to do, we are going to focus that how you can score maximum marks in the last 25 days. So those topics will be covered here, those concepts will be covered here. And for overall syllabus, you have video lectures with you, okay? And after that, you have 82 ebooks which can be used by you when you are doing the public transportation. You are using a public transportation, you can use your ebooks also. Then mock tests are there which you have to really practice, because it will let you know that how much good you are performing, or at what level your preparation is going on. So that is the mock test which is available in this particular batch. So you can see that the selection batch is one-stop center for all of you. You are getting mock tests, you are getting ebooks, you are getting video lectures and live classes also, in which you can interact with your mentor with your related to your doubts or your any query. Okay. Apart from that, as the sir has told all of you that the recollected questions are already available on Adda 24/7 application. So you can just simply go to the Adda 24/7 application or website, or you can just see in the chat box that the team has already pinned the link also. So this is the Adda 24/7 web page, where you can see that 100 plus most expected PPB questions. For JIB, there is, for AFB is there, for BMF is there, LRAB. So CAIIB, JIB, all the questions are already here. And why we are calling these recollected questions? Because these are the previous year questions.
Yes.
These are the questions which will let you know that what are the previous year questions pattern, or what are the previous year's pattern. So before going for an exam, just make sure you are practicing these questions, because they will let you know that what kind of questions you can expect in the exam, what level of questions can be expected in the exam, how many numericals will come in the AFB, or how many conceptual based questions will become, and what kind of case studies you can see there. So because the case study cases questions, you have to do the logical thinking. You have to think about that, what should now we can do in this particular case in this particular situation. So these are the recollected questions for all of you. The link will be available in the chat. So you can open from there. You can download these questions for your practice and do revise these questions. So it is very important that when you are doing the conceptual understanding of all the topics, but still as well as do the mock test and practice as many questions as you can. So this is the strategy session for all of you. Shivam sir, if you want to add something in here.
I just want to say, these last days, just prepare hard, and whatever the times you can dedicate, just dedicate. Because if I say in the morning, evening hours, that are very important for your preparation. And once you completed this examination, because if I say only 20 days, like, and if you just prepare these 20 days, like if you just preparing like before before your banking hours, like 2 to 3 hours, and after banking hours 2 to 3 hours, and if you just crack your examination with us with a very good score, then you will be proud of yourself. Okay, and that's we actually want, right? So thank you everyone here for joining us in this session.
So as sir has already said that do consistent with your preparation. Doing consistent is the only method or only technique which you can use to qualify any exam. So consistency is must. It doesn't matter that how many days you have left. The thing matters that how consistent you are in your preparation. So do make sure you do not left your preparation in the middle by thinking that no, we can't do this particular exam in the last 20 days. We can't qualify this particular exam in the last 25 days. No, it doesn't matter how many you have studied in the last 20 days or 10 days or 15 days. The thing matter how much you have covered since you have started your journey for your JAIIB exam, for any other exam. So throughout January, whatever you have studied, or everything will be helpful for you to qualify the exam. So stay consistent, do practice questions, do complete your conceptual understanding, and make sure you go through those modules first, which covering the maximum marks for your exam. So thank you all for joining this session. And if you are new to the channel, do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming notification will be given to you. So thank you all and stay safe. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.